Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. This is your coach. Tonight I'm going to be the enigma. You figure it out, find out what that means. Okay, my friends, the most important thing is we're looking at module 2 lesson 8. We're doing the standard algorithm. You should be used to it by now. But today we're going to find the reasonable answer to check the answer to see if that's the answers. So we can start with that. So check this out. So when we're going to find a reasonable answer, we're going to round numbers. So this is 314. And yes, you're probably going to say, oh my goodness, we're going back to rounding. My friends, rounding is never going away. Yes, I know, I wish it went away too. But it's very helpful when you go to the store, when you want to do math, mental math quickly in your mind. Okay, so this is what this is all about. So we're gonna round 314. So 314, as you know, and I'm just gonna write this on this side so you get a visual here. So we know that 314 is between the 300, correct? So and a 400. Now how do I know that? Because the number 314 is in between, and if I know what the midpoint is, and I know that 350 is the midpoint, see, anything including this number rounds to 400, but anything below rounds to 300. So I know that 236, it's probably somewhere in here. So if I look how close this number is to the 300 or 400, clearly you can see that this number is closer to 300. So you round to 300. So now we write our numbers so we can find. Notice also as well that 314 was estimated down. That means we took away 14. Let's look at 236. Let me just clean this up here. So let's look at 236. Now we know that 236 is also between two numbers. So 236 is closer to those numbers. So let's look. We're gonna round to the highest place value, which is 200. So that's the lowest number we can go. And the next number we know has to be beyond 236. So the next number should be 300. And just to have a point of reference here, we need to always mark the midpoints. That will be 250, because that allows us to see that 236 should be, no, I'm sorry. What am I doing here, my friends? Yes, it's true. 236, it's below 250. And also it is closer to 200, so we're going to round that number to 200. Now when you do this multiplication, it's easier to see more or less. Now remember, we rounded down to from 236 to 200. So now your answer compared to this precise answer is going to be a lot lower. Okay, now let's do the multiplication. So we always, when you have zeros like this, you multiply the whole numbers. 2 times 3 equals 6. And then you say, what is 6 times 100, which is right here? That will be 600. And what will be 600 times this 100 right here? That will be 60,000. That's a zero, okay? Now, this is 60,000. That means our actual answer has to be greater than 60,000, but not, okay, but not too, they cannot be below that number. Okay, now let's do multiplication. Let's multiply the 6. 6 times 4 equals 24. So we multiply this one. We carry 2 over to the tens. 6 times 1 equals 6 plus 2 equals 8. And that's an 8. Yes, my friends, that is an 8. Let me make it a little better. There you go. You know what? That looks a little creepy. So the answer right here is 84. Okay, so we multiplied these two numbers already. Wait, not that one. So 6 times 1 equals 6 plus 2 equals 8, and 6 times 3 equals 18. So now we write 18 next to the 8, and that's going to be 1,800. So now, because we are multiplying now, the next number next to the 6 and the next number next to the 6 is the number 3 tenths. Remember, 3 tenths is written as 30. So what do we do with the 0? Well, we'll multiply it down here. We write it here, so that implies that we'll multiply the answer by 10. So 3 times 4 equals 12. You carry 1 over to the tens, which means the number next to the 4. 3 times 1 equals 3 plus 1 equals 4. So that goes right under the hundreds. So I multiplied this already. So now it's going to be 3 times 3 equals 9. 9,000. Now we're going to multiply. I'm going to erase that so it's clearer in your mind to see what's happening here. So let me just do something drastic here. We multiply the 6 already, which is this answer. We multiply the 3 tenths, which is the answer in red. Now we're going to multiply the hundreds. Now remember, hundreds can be written, you see it as 200s, right? So it has 2 zeros next to it. Now, to show that we multiply by 100, we have to save these 2 spots right here to show that we multiply it by 100. Now you multiply the number 2 times 4, right below the hundreds. Then 2 times 1 equals 2, and 2 times 3 equals 6. Now we total this. And this is going to be our precise answer, or actual answer. So 4 plus 0 equals 4. 8 plus 2 equals 10. You carry 1 over to next to right above the 800s. So now we have 8 plus 1 equals 9. 9 plus 4 equals 13. 13 plus 8 equals 21. And you carry 2 over to the thousands. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 3, what number is that? 3 plus 1 equals 4. And 4 plus 2 equals 6. No, that's not correct. This is a 9. My sincere apologies, my friends. Whoa, now I messed up the whole thing. Let me just get a small eraser here, because this is not the answer here. See, you gotta be very careful. So 2 plus 1 equals 3, and 3 plus 9 equals 12, plus 2 equals 14. We carry the 1 to the tens of thousands, and that becomes that. When we add it, it's 7. So that's going to be 74,104. Now, my friends, this is what you call the precise answer, or the actual answer. And this right here on the right hand side is what you call the estimated answer, or the reasonable answer. And as you can see, this is 60,000, so this number is close. It's not close, but it's not below. So it gives us an idea that this problem is correct. Watch the video, my friends, and become a better mathematician. Your coach,